It was a little surreal. I've reminded you several times, though, for all of eternity, I will have been a deacon for 210 days longer than you.
It's
So,
more deacon math.
and more deacon math. That's great. I like that, Phil. But just as you described, you sort of pick a brother to welcome you into the order, and just the very practical part of the ceremony of putting your clothes on. But it felt appropriate that all the times my father dressed me growing up like he and my mom. It felt appropriate that I started doing it wrong when I was vesting. Like I was trying to get his arm to go through the head hole. And you can watch the recording, and some of the other deacons were like, "What is your problem? Like, just put it on."
You had one job.
I know, and I messed it up, but it was just kind of beautiful in the very humanness of that moment. Like it's the men that God calls to this, and indeed like all the disciples that God calls, they're all still human.
No doubt.
Like just with our very humanness, God welcomes us into the vocation with who we are, with all our strengths and our weaknesses. So just kind of like the humanity of the relationship just really got to me in that moment, that I am my Father's son, like still right here in the midst of this holy anointing in ordination. I don't know, what was it like for you?
I was reflecting on your question, Phil, and it was fitting, pardon the pun, but it was fitting because all through my time in seminary or in formation as a deacon, Nick was kind of my go-to guy who would help me, like in ways like dress my mind with, like, Dad, you need to work on this paper, or he'd help me with questions or pastoral questions, or and pray over me. Wow. So this was a great way to end that. Was he clothed me, into this ordination and office as a deacon. So it was like the, I guess, similar to carrying the sacred chrism. It was like one of these pinnacles that I will cherish, that my own son was able to vest me